Hey, what's going on everybody, Mala here, and this is the Razer Blade 2017. You guys know Razer, right? They do a bunch of mice, keyboards, headsets. That's not actually from Razer, but they've actually been in the laptop business for quite a while. And the first ones didn't sell millions, but they enabled Razer through the boldness of their ideas and their design to evolve and develop new stuff that would eventually become my current favorite line of laptops, which are the Razer Blade Stealth, the Razer Blade, and the Razer Blade Pro. And these machines are incredible, and since they got to the top of the class, they kind of stayed there. And 2017 was a pretty interesting year, with other manufacturers taking advantage of everything they could to actually pull the rug from under Razer and get at the head of the class themselves. But I honestly don't think Razer was that dormant, because they've done stuff like this in the past. They've used other product lines to test out new technologies before applying them to where they really wanted or where they would really, actually shine. And this video is all about that. These are a couple of upgrades that I honestly think we're going to be seeing in the next couple of months for the Razer Blade and potentially even the rest of the lineup. Alright, so first, let's talk about everything that comes stock. And the Razer Blade actually has everything you could need, but for its price range, which starts at around $2,000, you kind of expect it to be the best at everything you could need. And it used to be, but it's not anymore on certain aspects. For example, it doesn't have the best webcam anymore, it doesn't have the best microphone anymore, it doesn't have the best speakers anymore. Well, actually, it never had the best speakers, and it doesn't have the best screen anymore. And those things you kind of expect to be the best out there when you're looking at something that goes from $2,000 beyond, from $2,000 upwards. It's a comparison like flagship smartphone territory, like Note 8 or iPhone 10 or Pixel 2. You expect everything that comes with it to be the absolute best. But Razer has been developing a couple of products that could change that in the near future. Like a new, smaller version of their Siren microphone, which was already pretty good, and now it's getting smaller, so more portable, and it could eventually become an upgrade for the microphone array on the Blade itself. There's the new webcam with the ring lighting on it catering to streamers, which could mean potential upgrades for the webcam that comes stock with the Blade itself. Not that either of those things are going to be as good as the peripherals, but they could mean potential upgrades for the Blade. And on the two other topics, Razer has just released the Razer Phone, which has the best-in-class speakers across all smartphones ever, according to everybody else, because I didn't get to test one for myself, and a screen with 120 Hz refresh rate, which is not exactly the first, but apparently is the best ever seen on any smartphone out there. And those are two things that I would really like to see come to the Razer Blade. First, because it would be nice to actually game or watch a movie or consume content with the best-in-class speakers across all notebooks that you could lay your hands on. It would flat out be really awesome. And the Blade, even though it has a 1080p and a 4K option for screens, and both of them are color accurate, bright, and look good, they are both capped at 60 Hz. Even though you have enough power to drive 120 FPS on basically every game. I drive upwards of 60 to 100 FPS on this thing at 3440 by 1440p, and it's an external monitor attached to the Blade in the first place. So you have the power, you just can't take advantage of that on the screen. And that I would really like to see, especially because there are other manufacturers coming with products to the market that do have those things as stock. And since we're entering that territory, let's segue to the second part of it, which is performance. Performance on the Blade is stellar. I've been driving my entire setup, 4K video editing, every game that I could possibly ever want to play, and it does everything without a hitch. It does get a little bit loud and a little bit hot because, you saw the chassis, right? It's really powerful within this much space, so it's bound to get hot, but it's not as loud that it's impossible to use without noise-canceling headphones. My headphones are actually open back, and the noise from the fans don't bother me at all. But this is still a GTX 1060, and Max-Q designed GPUs from NVIDIA have enabled other manufacturers to put out stuff that is as thin and light as the Razer Blade, but with GTX 1080s inside, which have more power and run cooler and quieter, with 120Hz screens with G-Sync. And that thing, I really think Razer should and probably will end up putting in the Blade lineup in the near future, because that would mean this machine is absolutely unbeatable. Already has really good battery life, the best build, everything that comes with it is incredible. The performance is already stellar, but it could be even better, running quieter and potentially with even better battery life because of it. That would be just perfect. And if Razer is seeing this and they are thinking about it, or maybe they're already producing something like that, I wouldn't object at all to you guys sending one my way to check it out. I mean, really, don't bother me. And that's about it. These are the upgrades I honestly think we're going to be seeing for the Razer Blade in the near future, and because of them, what I already think is an amazing desktop replacement notebook is potentially going to be even better. I'm not going to say perfect because there isn't such a thing, but way closer to it than what it is right now. And on that topic, I'm curious, what do you guys think about desktop replacement notebooks like this? Would you be able to replace your current desktop setup for something like a Razer Blade? Or if you're already using a laptop, how often do you hit that wall where performance just isn't as much as you would need, and something like this would potentially solve it? I'm curious, so let me know in the comments down below. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video, so like and subscribe if you did. Thanks a lot for watching, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one.